It's all blasphemy.
Freebird. Coming to you now quite live from Pineda Studios, a Bad Year Records production. I'm Sascha Saintevic. With me is Briano Hawk. Briano, say what's up.
How's it going?
Always a mystery man going against standard conventions.
Sure.
Okay, tonight's topic is going to be covers, as in cover songs, not the covers you put on your bed.
Yeah.
Are you going to sporadically give us a couple of notes? To our music actually put music into our music discussions? You're doing a cover right now?
Yeah, cover. So yeah, covers. Yeah, I love covers actually. Covers are one of my favorite genres, as I would call it.
It's not
really a genre, but that's what I would call it.
You consider covers to be a genre in and of itself, no matter what, even though it crosses genres?
Yeah, because I mean, doing covers or listening to covers and things like that can really give a song a different meaning, you know? Because like, I don't know if you're able to hear it, at least on the recording with the way the mic's set up right now. But I was playing, Damn It from Blink-182. You know, it's a punk song, so it's usually a lot faster. And I was actually listening to a couple of covers earlier today of it, and it's nice and smooth and relaxing. So it's more chorded, like... makes it a little happier, I think. And you can still make it really, I guess, depressing and sad sounding if you just make it slower. So, I don't know. I love covers. Just the randomness.
One of the things about covers is like you can do the cover, like play it straight, the way that the original artist played it, at which point you're just imitating it. But often cover songs, usually the band puts their own sound into it, which can come out really good, it can make it bring an improvement to it, or it can bastardize it to the point where everybody hates it. We could give both examples. So when Johnny Cash did the cover of Trent Reznor's Hurt, he made it his own. I mean, even Trent says it's not his song anymore.
I hurt myself today. That one?
Yes, that one. And but you can tell the difference in the sound. I mean, Trent's was pretty good, but when Johnny Cash did it took on for me, especially because that was like Johnny Cash's It's a song of a man who knows he's like at the end of his life.
Yeah.
After a long life, and of course, he changed some of the words. Well, he changed one word. He changed crown of shit to crown of thorns.
Yeah, but I think he changed more of the whole meaning of the song because it was a sad song. I mean, it sounds sad, the whole thing. But his version is actually more touching and more.
It's more somber.
Somber, and it's more puts reality of life, I guess, in general to it.
Of a life lived and a man who's about to die. And he did die shortly after.
If you watch his video, it's him playing in his house, which was actually shut down and broken down and stuff like that. And it's showing old videos of him being, in his younger days, doing all the stuff he's done and whatever. So watching the video is kind of like chronicling his life. Mm-hmm. That's what the whole video is about, pretty much. And so, I mean, it's his. It's kind of crazy or creepy. Mm-hmm. The fact that the emotion he put into it.
It's much more haunting.
2 weeks after that video was released or whatever, he died. Or something like that, and I think his wife actually died not too long after that too, or something.
I think she died a little bit before him.
Vice versa. Like his wife died, and then he died.
She died a few months before he did.
Yeah, it's 2 months, I think, actually.
Yeah. But then so there would be like something that's fitting where you see like he took the song, and now a lot of people, I have met people who think that probably because Johnny Cash has been around longer, they think no, that's his song. Trent did a cover of which was a Johnny Cash song, forgetting that Trent did heard like years before.
Oh yeah.
Johnny ever did. But then I can give you another example where it didn't work out so well. CeeLo Green of Niles Barkley fame in 2011, 2012. He was doing like some festival. He did a cover of John Lennon's Imagine.
Yeah.
And there's that famous line in the song that says like Imagine like no religion too.
Yeah.
Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too.
Yeah.
CeeLo Green changed that to and instead of no religion true, and all religions true.
Yeah,
and
which is not the lyric.
First of all, it's not really fitting to the rest of the song because the beginning words of it, like imagine no hell below us. Imagine there's no hell below us. No, like above us, only sky.
Yeah.
So like it fits with that. When he changes it to that, it totally warps the meaning of the song to a point where a lot of people who really enjoy what it says, like they got really pissed off about it. Like, I mean, like Twitter blew up with antagonism to the point where some people said, okay, you're kind of being babies about it. Like he did something different. A lot of times when you do a cover, you put your own spin on it. Yeah. It's like Johnny Cash changed Crowns of Shit to Crowns of Thorn. One way, because, you know, he was a born-again Christian, so it speaks more to it. Another way, he doesn't want to say, you know, I wear these crowns of shit.
Yeah.
Like, in that sense, he's also an older man. It seems a bit odd, but it's like nobody cried about that. Nobody was outraged that he didn't stay true to the lyrics.
It was the Man in Black. Come on. It's Johnny.
He's more prolific. I mean, then you have John Lennon and CeeLo Green. You're trying to do like some sort of comparison. Are you saying this, then it makes a difference? Like if your status isn't as legendary as the person that you're covering, you don't have the prerogative to play around with the lyrics.
Yeah,
or at least I wouldn't say you don't have the prerogative. Of course you do, because you could improve vastly on it. However, be prepared that you're going to get backlash, especially if you didn't just change your words, because Cash didn't change like he added a mood to the song, but he didn't really change the spirit of the song. It was still sort of sad, reflective tune, whereas just changing no religion's true to all religions true, like you're totally. First of all, it doesn't make any sense. Second of all, you're totally going against what John Lennon stood for when he wrote that song. Yeah.
I mean,
so that's why a lot of people will protest against it.
Yeah, well, he put his idealist, I guess, into it. You know, his. Well,
he probably just didn't feel comfortable saying no religion with the religious nature of the song. Yeah. He probably just didn't feel comfortable saying it, or maybe he was thinking, you know what, I don't want to offend and upset people, so I'm going to say this, which ended up upsetting people even more.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't play that well, but he stood his ground actually for a while. I mean, he stood there, he's like, you know what, I sang it the way I sang it. You like it or you don't. Deal with it. And I respect that sort of response. I'm just saying, like,
he stood by what he did. So I mean, that's always a good thing. Unlike other bands who have said one thing and then changed it. Metallica. That's right. I'm starting early on them rat bastards. You bunch of lying, money grubbing old bastards. Yeah, they've even tried covers and they suck.
Well, according to you, everything that they've done sucks. What about the other band that you hate so much, Guns N' Roses, the cover the Bob Dylan cover that they did? Are you gonna bust it out first?
Actually, I don't think I can do it right now because I don't know if I have the chords in my head. So I can't think of the chording on it right now. So I may fiddle around and bust it out in a little bit. But
yeah. But see, you've actually said that even though you don't like Guns N' Roses, you actually don't mind that song.
Yeah, I don't actually. I think they did a fairly decent job doing. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Guns N' Roses at all. People who listen to this know that. But I mean, what's his face? Axl Rose going, now, knocking on him, no, wow.
Slightly more coherent than Bob Dylan.
It's maybe a little better than, no, him, no, hey. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, wait, sorry. That was a little more Jacob Dylan than it was Bob Dylan.
Hey. The wallflowers are sacred, you bastard.
One headlight.
How dare you insult the great musical talent, this Jacob Dylan? How dare you? But what about there are bands, that they make the entire shtick is that they do covers.
Weird Al.
And what up?
Weird Al.
Yeah,
But he makes his own
does
thing.
parodies. He doesn't do covers. He does parodies.
He does some covers. But
I think that's totally different. And we did a whole episode talking about like comedic stuff, but we went into that, and I gave him praise and said, no one's ever going to fill the void. No one's ever going to fill the void if Weird Al put it behind. I just don't say it. It's like one of those once in a lifetime things.
There's a lot of people trying to do it, but no, Weird Al's just
I'm talking more in line. Let's switch in pop. You hear that a lot, like for the longest time. I know they probably came up with original songs on their own too, but One Direction just did covers of like famous songs. Yeah, and a lot of people. I've heard some. When they did covers of like alternative songs and made it more pop sounding.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was good because I really liked the originals. So much better. But to younger audiences, I'm sure that was the only exposure to those songs.
I mean, the one thing that I'm always kind of weird about is I love covers. For the most part, I usually enjoy the cover more than the original song. For the most part, because I like the difference that they'll throw to it. I mean, the original artist, gets all credit for it, and it's a good song if it's a good song. But usually when someone does a cover of it, they give their little spin to it. And I don't know, sometimes I just like it a lot more than original because of the fact that it just had something different to it, a little more taste, or rhythm, or, something a little more touching to me, Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's I like covers a lot, actually. I've been listening to probably a bunch of I've been listening to lately probably 3 or 4 different stations of just covers of punk covers, pop covers, things like that.
Punk goes punk.
Not just pop goes punk, actually. Just random covers. There's I forgot what thing it is on the thingy, but there's one. It's like coffee house covers. Mm-hmm. So it's a bunch of people who do like a bunch of acoustic covers and stuff, but they do really good jobs on all their stuff.
And I want to get the acoustic thing is like an interesting sort of vibe, especially when you talk about like hip hop going to acoustic. I want to get to that in just a second, but first, just to finish the point where we were talking about how like you can sometimes you do a cover and it changes the whole sound of it, and you see the song in a different way, even when the words are exactly the same. And like in the 90s, it was a big thing. Like a lot of rock musicians there would at least be one cover track. So Marilyn Manson is somebody who took songs and he did covers of them, and just the words stayed the same, but the sound was totally different. The most famous one, the one that he's often really identified with, is Sweet Dreams. Now, if you hear the original Sweet Dreams and you hear Manson's version of Sweet Dreams, it gives it a totally different sound. It's much more eerie. It's much darker. Like it's, again, to use the word haunting when it comes to it. And I don't think anybody would like hear that and be like, you know what? No, he didn't really, stay true to the original. People would say, they'd be like, holy shit, he recreated that song. And that's how you make it your own. A way that CeeLo Green failed with John Lennon's thing. But it's like there's obviously more thought behind that. And he did similar things with, for a while that was sort of his thing, because he did it also with Tainted Love. He did it with Personal Jesus. There was another one in the high end of Low. You want to keep going? Yeah. So
sorry. The rhythmic version of that is, if you're hearing it, is a what is it? I can't do it right now.
A little bit faster. I don't even know how much that mic is picking up.
Yeah, I mean it's not picking up a lot of it, but I know it's picking up some. But yeah, Manson. Manson did a bunch of different covers.
Yeah, and a lot of people who are not like into Manson, their familiarity with him is going to be through his cover songs.
Yeah.
Because Sweet Dreams was everywhere.
Oh yeah.
For the longest
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
especially like the music video that accompanied it, which was professionally directed.
Dreams are made
It's sort of like that
his creepiness and
famous
his
Manson, the
and all
surreal,
that fun stuff.
everything I remember with it.
Yeah.
Just it cemented his image, really. And even the other one on that same album, I Put a Spell on You. Again, like he totally changed, and the lyrics on that are messed up to begin with. But like he made it. He brought that out more so than you hear like in the original one.
Yeah, I mean he did. Now there's one cover that he did, which I think is kind of funny that he did, which is the theme to MASH, and no one realized how sad and depressing that song was.
You know why it's sad and depressing?
It's about Vietnam War and stuff.
It's about the Vietnam War, but it was written by a guy that committed suicide.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Actually, I probably did, but I can't. I mean, people, like, it was a theme song to MASH.
Yeah.
And he did that song and stuff, and people were like, oh, he made it so creepy. I was like, actually, it was a pretty creepy song as it was.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sad-ass song. So I think it's kind of cool that he did that. And he didn't really change it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he usually stays true to the lyrics. Like, it's just he puts his voice, just adds onto it because everybody's covered. Everybody has covered Working Class Hero.
Yeah,
like Manson's done it. Everybody's freaking done it. I think even John Lennon covered that song. It's his song, but I think he probably covered it like in. I know there are two versions. There's one that's like a pressure producer, and there's like another one that's a little bit more acoustic.
Yeah,
sounding. It's just different sessions of it. I know. I'm slightly joking about that.
Yeah,
I said like it's a song that everybody has covered. It's like the song that you will cover at some point if you're a rock artist. Green Day has covered it.
Yeah.
Some people actually.
I've actually covered it.
Yes, you've covered it.
Actually played it.
I've had somebody try to argue to me because Green Day were the first ones that I heard sing it. Younger people.
Yeah.
They were like, "Well, that's a Green Day song." I'm like, "Well, it's a Lennon song." Like, "No, it's a Green Day." I'm like, "Listen to me. The dude was alive like 40 years before Green Day did that." Like, and I'm not saying that I take it away from Green Day. I think Green Day did a good job with it.
Yeah.
And I think Manson did a good job. I think just about everybody.
So far everyone's done it. They haven't really screwed with it because I mean.
They want to stay true.
Pretty true.
I think they want to stay true to it just because the song has an underlying message that you don't really want to change.
Yeah.
You don't really want to mess with it. And then it comes back to like it's a double-edged sword where it's like how much of yourself do you want to put into the cover song and how much do you want to pay homage to the person. And, like it's somewhere in between. Like you want to make it your own because you want to put your own creative spin on it. Otherwise, you can just put, you can put a recording on of the original artist doing it and you can lip sync to it.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to. And I think a lot of people do appreciate that. They want to hear your take on the song. Now, as long as you're not plagiarizing and trying to present it yourself, which is a whole different issue. And that's not what we're talking about. When you're doing a cover of a song, you're doing a cover of a song. You're paying homage. You're saying, I didn't write this.
Yeah.
But I'm putting my own creative spin on it.
Yeah,
like
but
I'm putting my
that's
talents
why we,
whatever it was.
I'm playing a couple little random riffs of some songs.
Yeah.
I'm putting my spin on it, my little take on.
And we're giving credit when you do it.
We're giving credit to it, because I mean, I'm not going to take credit for something I didn't do. I'm not going to play like oh, pirates, yes, they rob I. And it's like, yeah, I wrote that. It was like, no, that's Bob Marley. Come on now.
No, I'm pretty sure it was you. You're the first guy I heard play it.
Yeah. So, I mean, you give credit to it. It's like, it's a great song. It's like, I've actually heard some good covers of that one myself. That's one of my favorite ones to play, actually. You give credit to the artist. And I mean, some artists can be dicks about it, Metallica. And, try to money grab everything on it, Metallica. But, it's as long as you're not trying to claim it, usually you don't get in trouble for it or anything. So, like any song I ever play that's not mine.
Here's the thing, usually it's up to the label. If the label is cool with somebody doing the cover, it doesn't matter if the musician is upset about it or not. Yeah. Because they own it.
Yeah. Like unless the musician owns it. Yeah.
A similar thing happened again with Weird Al and Coolio. Coolio didn't like Amish Paradise.
Yeah.
And he didn't want him to do it. but the label said it was okay. So, and then later on, he tried to go back and say, "No, I was always cool with it."
Yeah.
Well, of course he wasn't. He was like, very
He's cool,
pissed off.
yo.
Yeah. Have you seen him lately? Good guy. But speaking of which, where do you put in line like in hip hop, sampling is really a big thing. Like you take a portion of a song, of an established song,
Yeah.
and you rap over it. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of
That's-
rap is sort of that. Like,
I mean, that's
why you'll
like
recognize
90% of
that's
rap
why
artists.
you'll
They sample from
you will
songs
recognize
established.
beats easily. Like if you listen to like older songs, especially from the 70s and the 80s, and then you hear like rap songs from like the 90s and 2000s, you'll be like, wait, there's a similarity. It's
Yeah.
because the sampling, like those
Yep.
whatever, they're playing it over and over again.
Yeah, like one of the most famous ones. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
It's totally different. So it's got that extra ting in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
David
But
Bowie.
It's asshole.
Yeah. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's Vanilla Ice.
It's got that extra. It's totally different, man. It's totally
Yeah.
different. You got to take Vanilla's word for it. But it's not really the same. Like it's not a cover. You just like sampling isn't the same thing as doing a cover.
Yeah,
because you're putting something totally different over it. You're just taking those whatever 4 or 5 seconds of it, playing it on repeat over and over
Yeah,
again.
they mix and match, or
Yeah.
mishmash, or whatever.
Mix and match.
Mix and match or mismatch. Yes, I'm saying it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy. But yeah, I mean, rap artists and stuff like
So-
that. I don't see how they get away with half the junk they do, and then they claim it that it's their own song a lot of the time. So I'm like, the lyrics, yes, the beats, not so much. I mean, some of them have done some really good songs over, popular, beats or rhythms and stuff
Timbaland,
that they took.
Timbaland got in trouble because there was a song that he sampled from some Swedish musician. I think he got it from like some other platform used a sample of that Swedish musician song, and Timbaland used it from that platform,
Yeah.
unaware that the Swedish musician exists, and
Yeah.
he gave credit to that platform, unaware that Swedish musician exists, and the Swedish musician got pissed off and went after Timbaland.
Yeah.
Because of it. Now, but because he only took like the acceptable amount of sampling, which is
Yeah.
the same thing that platform did.
Yeah.
I don't think there were any like actual legal repercussions that took place.
Yeah.
Because that's
Well,
how they get away. There's
that's-
a legal amount you can actually sample.
That's where it's a false thing from.
But that's the popular
from
perception.
from the schooling and stuff I did on it from my degree.
There's no actual legal like sample that you can take and not get in trouble for. If you don't give credit, even if it's and you don't really give credit to it, and it's a sound that everyone actually recognizes, you can get sued for it, which is crazy. As legally, if you own it, it can be 10 seconds, it can be 5 seconds. You can say, "Hey, they didn't give me credit for it. I'm going to sue you for it." And it comes down to the courts of like, well,
It depends on
whatever.
a lot of
But,
judges
I mean,
will let it
but-
go.
But it is that whole, well, you can play 30 seconds and you're not going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can play 5 seconds and you can still get in
You can
trouble.
play the whole song and nothing could ever happen to you.
Yeah,
if they
if
don't
the
think
artist
it's
is like,
worth
okay,
pursuing.
whatever.
Like if they don't think it's worth pursuing, if you're nobody, then if you're not making any money off of it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's the whole
that's the essential thing always. But I just want to like put out that like the sampling that you hear like in rap tunes it doesn't fall in the cover thing. It's understood. They're taking the beat that they think is gonna flow well with the raps. But
Yeah.
there is a whole list of musicians out there who are doing acoustic versions of rap tunes. Ed Sheeran is somebody who sort of in his concerts likes to go into like rap tunes.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere, just do like acoustic song because he's claimed to be a really big fan of it.
Yeah.
But that's I think where you and I might disagree a little bit because we've spoken about in the past. Because you like it when you like to hear like the acoustic versions.
Yeah, I love
because when you hear like
acoustic
rap,
stuff.
Eminem's Rap God, a couple of times.
Here's the thing. I love Eminem's version, but I'm leaning a little bit more towards the acoustic version I found online. Unfortunately, I don't remember the artist's name who did it. But
They could look at it.
I
And
am
they'll
like
find them.
amazed that he did what he did, playing the acoustic and doing as best a job as he could to keep up with Eminem. So
Yeah, and here's the thing, and not taking. I think it takes a lot of talent, takes a lot of skill.
Yeah.
Whether that guy or anyone, when they actually managed to take like the acoustic version. I think when Dynamite
Hacks, yeah.
did the cruising my 6-4.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a really funny take on it. So like take like the gangster rap song and turn it into sort of like the frat boy surfer boy like
most
sound.
clean
It's like the widest sounding thing, and
Yeah.
the words are the same. They didn't change
Yeah.
a single lyric.
Yeah.
But it sounds so mellow. It's like something from Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah,
all of a sudden.
it is. That's
But
funny.
here's the thing, though. For me, a lot of times the rap songs that I like, the reason they appeal to me is the energy and the emotion in the voice, the way it's said. Like, because there's a lot of bravado in them.
Yeah.
So there's a lot like pumped up, boasting. So, and when you're like in that mood and when it's done well, it can be like really, like it can really hit a certain sweet spot. When it's done in acoustic, it changes that power. It by definition always becomes mellower than what it was.
Yeah.
So like there's an intensity, let's just stick with Eminem's rap god. There's an intensity in the song. Like a real hard-hitting intensity that runs for like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And the acoustic version, although like really talented, it loses that intensity for me. Like I even though like it's still as fast, it's just because it's on the medium that it's played through.
Yeah, you
It
hear
loses that
as
beat.
It loses. It's not that it loses anything.
It
broken
changes
down.
it. Let's say it
it's
changes
broken
it.
down because like if you're listening to Rap God by Eminem and there's tracks all over the place and little noises here and there to make it work a little bit more.
Of course, it's produced.
more. It's you get a little bit more. I guess bombarded by sounds. Not that it's a bad thing. You hear the acoustic version. It's just the one guy playing on an acoustic. He's doing a rhythmic, movement on it, and it's not just like regular strumming. He's actually kind of playing around on it. He's trying his best to match the whole tune of everything, but he's keeping it as a constant, rhythm as one thing. And so it is more stripped down. It's more,
It's soft.
raw.
It's just a little bit
I
softer
think
than one.
I don't personally think it's softer.
To me, the word I would describe it as soft.
Yeah, but the fact is that it is broken down more. It's singular in a sense. It's just his voice and the guitar. Yeah,
And also,
I can see what you mean by it. It's softer.
The tone, maybe it's not just the instrumental, the tone in the voice
Yeah.
is different. Like it's because
Eminem has a little bit of a rougher in a sense, voice.
not just Eminem, but I mean like rap songs in general have a lot of times this anger sound in them. And I sort of like not just anger, but like intensity, kind of like that. Sometimes like that.
Unless you're
that I
Snoop Dogg.
Unless Snoop Dogg sounds mellow in every song.
Or Snoop Lion when he was Snoop Lion.
Tupac has intensity and anger in his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you listen to some of his diss tracks, like that,
Yeah.
there's a lot of anger and a lot of intensity in there.
I don't think Biggie had that much of intensity in there.
Well, Biggie was more mellow sounding, even though I'm not saying he's a mellower guy, but he was more mellow sounding, definitely.
Yeah.
If you listen to him. But and I was saying like it's just the tone of voice. Now it changes because like in Rap God, Eminem is trying to do a particular sound, like you can sort of sense that he's trying to have the intensity where the guy that's covering it, he's trying to translate it into an acoustic sound, and that's just going to come across, like with that medium, with that genre that he's putting out there. But that's just my 2 cents about that. Like I said, like I like Dynamite Hacks version of the Eazy-E song, but I'd notice there's a difference in the tone. It's just whatever you happen to be in the mood for at the moment to listen to.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a little bit of space. I don't want to talk over your great rendition there.
Yeah. This is actually a song that, it's a 2 different version type thing. It's not really a cover. Mm-hmm. I mean, because, me playing it is a cover, but Foo Fighters. I think is one thing you can, like you're talking about intensity and difference. Do you hear the, I can't even think of, what's it called? I'm blanking on the name of the song right now.
What are you trying to get to?
The one I was just playing, Everlong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear the album version of Everlong where it has the the guitars and the drum and everything. It gets really intense. In a sense, you hear more grunge or more stuff. And then you hear Dave Grohl play it on the acoustic, and it's one of my favorite ones to hear. The Hero and Everlong. It's my favorite acoustic versions to hear of those songs. I prefer the acoustic version over the rock version of them. But you can tell the difference in the intensity, as you were saying. Mm-hmm. So I can't really copy it playing on an acoustic song or playing on the acoustic guitar and stuff. But I mean, you can hear the kind of the mellowness of it when it's going. So it does sound kind of relaxed with it. On top of when he actually plays it or sings it, he's doing a very broken down like melodic part of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So instead of doing it how he normally is, like hello, whatever. He's more of a. Let's see if I can do it. Give me a second here. Hello, I waited here for you ever long. So it's more drawn out instead of it's faster when he plays it with the on the album. It's not as drawn out, not as like airy in a sense. Like I said, it's a very bad version of it. But I'm not set up to play very well right now either. But anyways,
how do you feel about people who do covers of their own songs trying to reinvent it? Let's bring Vanilla Ice back into this conversation. How many versions has he done of Ice Ice Baby? He's got the original, that sort of goofy 90s rap, white boy rap version of it. Then he tried to do like a hard rock version of it.
Yeah, he's only done the two versions, but yeah. I actually like his newer version, which is Too Cold. It's not called Ice Ice Baby. He has Ice Ice Baby or whatever, and then he has Too Cold. Same song, different title, whole different feel.
Yeah.
Whole different feel.
You think that's a wise decision on this part? Like, I feel like some people see it more as, even if it's an improvement on sound, they see it as a joke just because it's Vanilla Ice and Vanilla Ice is kind of a joke.
Well, I mean,
like, it doesn't make a difference. It's like Mini Vanilli. I know one of them is dead, but it's like Mini Vanilli, if they were to try to make a comeback in any version, any form, people will sort of laugh at it. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, I mean, when they had their fall from grace and they tried to come back, they never had a chance. I mean, they could barely even speak English, so
of course they went from. Of course, they didn't sing damn songs.
They went from barely being able to speak English and say a word to blame it on the rain. Like, yeah, that's not you. So I mean, it's kind of obvious afterwards. Like, wait a second.
Then the song skipped and like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, I'm amazed they were able to pull that off in the first place. Because, I mean, they, like I said, in their interviews, they're like, America.
Thank you for Grammy Awards.
Yeah, they barely say anything. And then it's like, okay, they're performing. Perfect English, perfect pronunciation on everything. Like, something's up here. Just so we get this clear. Lip singing not the same as doing a cover. No, it's not. But either way.
You're going, what would you say to people who say that artists who rely too much on cover songs are kind of lazy?
I know
that's it's a loaded question. Take as much time. Get to the nuance of it.
If it's an artist who's big, and all they've done is do it off covers, like Boyce Avenue. I think his stuff is great. It's not that he just does covers. I think he does originals and stuff too. But he got known for doing his covers. At least from my understanding. Mm-hmm. But he does a great job at it. So I mean, I don't really have a like, oh well, you shouldn't be, doing it, getting big off just covers. I mean, a cover is something that's there to where you can practice and you hone your skill and you find your voice. That's pretty much what I think covers are. For the longest time, I hated covers. I didn't want to play them. I said, no, I'm just always going to do originals. And I think if I started when I was younger, started playing guitar and did covers, I'd be a lot further along than I am now. And I've been playing forever, So I think covers are actually a good thing to do, at least to get yourself started, to get your voice, in a sense, to like what style you want to play. I mean, everyone does it. You form a band, you're not going to, okay, no, we're just doing all originals. No, the first song you do is like something everyone knows, something super simple, like, Nirvana's. Or Puddle of Mud. Either one. But, I mean, it's something simple. You're not going to be sitting there trying to do, arpeggios and flying around the fretboard unless that's all you've done and done one
and your
single thing.
original work yet.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just, you're not going to just do that. Yeah, you're going to do some covers. Once you get the band, the feel of it and the sound, then you're like, okay, we're going to start doing some songs, coming up with originals. You're going to do a concert or something. You're going to play originals. People are like, what the hell? Yeah, no, I don't like it or whatever. You play something that everyone knows, they're going to get into it. And if you do a really good job at it, they're going to start liking you. That's how you get your following. It's not just like, oh yeah, we're brand new, you've never heard of us. That's our song. Like, what the hell was that?
A lot of musicians, like when they go through that early stage, like playing in the coffee shop somewhere, and like playing in some dive bar somewhere, they hone their skills through covers.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like a rite of passage for a lot of, especially
if
more like guitar based
but if you
sounds.
Hear interviews or any major band who plays that you like or something, if you hear them talking in interviews and they get asked the question, oh, what got you into music, what did you first start, they'll tell you a certain band that they loved and that they did those covers. We like whatever. A lot of people will say Bowie. It's like, oh well, thanks to Bowie, we really followed and enjoyed Bowie's music. Yeah, they may not sound like David Bowie, but I'm damn sure when they first started, they were trying to do some David Bowie covers, or they were doing something like that. Nirvana, they did covers of David Bowie, saying, "Oh, thanks, thanks to him, we get some good music," stuff like that. So, and nowadays you got people who are like, "Oh yeah, thanks to Nirvana," they had simple songs to play. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thanks to Nirvana, we got some really good songs and really stuff.
The simple songs can inspire you a lot more because think of all the early like proto-punk bands. Their stuff was like 3 chords at best, and they usually say within the first 3 frets.
Yeah.
But because so many young people could pick that up and improve on it as they sort of kept practicing with it, it inspired this wave of new bands that eventually end up being really brought on a whole genre that was better than what they, the origins that inspired them.
Yeah. I mean, just like you said, the 3 chords, 3 major chords that get played: the C, the G, the A
minor,
or even the E, and you want to get fancy, you do the F. But you could stay in just those 3 chords: the C, G, and
A minor.
Or C back to C. Sorry, I went to an E because I'm used to it. You can do A minor as well. Yes, instead of you doing your C, E, G, A, you do C, G, A minor.
When in doubt, always go A minor. That's
and then you also get fancy with the D, But I mean, that's the whole thing. You do songs like I was doing earlier. You have I'm actually using an F in it, I believe, but it's the A, G, or C, G, A, F, which is, it's alright to tell me what you think about me. Blink-182. That's all that song is. You break those down, the simple chordings or whatever can go to anything. You change that up, you're doing, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the thing where when it comes to the cover songs, like sometimes so that you recognize the song, they keep the tune.
Yeah, it's
the same.
Simplistic.
They make it their own, so as the singing styles. Other times, they'll keep enough of the tune the same,
Yeah.
but they'll change it up. They'll add on to it to the point where it becomes near original. Like as far as I go, like you can see where it came from. You can see it's still the same song, but it got changed up so much
Yeah.
that it's a whole new song in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But even just keeping like the same chording, different strumming styles
we'll change it.
will change it all up. I mean, you have your, really simple, slow, whatever, which can turn into multiple different things. Like, was it the Bloodhound Gang? Which is this strumming here with the extra stuff on it. But they do. Let's see if I can think of the lyrics. It goes, the roof is on fire. The roof is on fire. That whole song there. You do this differently. You got a Pearl Jam cover, which I actually enjoy because I can't think of the original, which is how's it go? Oh where can my baby be? Same strumming, same style, two different complete songs. Mm-hmm. So covers and it's simple to do, and that's why I like covers.
Similarity isn't necessarily a cover. Paula Muntz, she hates me. It has the similarity at the beginning to Nirvana, but it's not this. Like they're not covering the song.
But in a sense, doing covers will get you that voice, like I was saying. So I love covers versus other things. Like the original songs of a cover, yes, they're great. I love them, but sometimes I like covers more because of the fact that there's just a different feel to it. It's something like I've actually had some songs that I enjoy. Like I've heard and I've enjoyed, but then I heard a cover of it and I was like, I really want to play that song. I really want to learn how to play that song in that style. Because of the cover, they changed it up completely.
Well, here's the downside though to the whole cover thing. Sometimes you can do a cover of a song that's really good and becomes so popular, and people start thinking that's the sound of your band, but then they hear the rest of it, and like Alien Ant Farm's "Smooth Criminal." Yeah, a lot of people they did a good job. I think they did a great job.
Oh yeah.
Covering it. And I think even Michael Jackson liked it. But people are like, oh wow, that's a song. Like it sounds really good. But if you listen to like the rest of this stuff, it doesn't really sound like that. Yeah. Like it doesn't have that. So like like they did of course like an alternative version, rock version of Smooth Criminal. The rest of it, it just doesn't sound like the other songs are different. Let's just put it that way. I'm not gonna say they're better or they're worse. They're different. So if you're expecting what they did, to Smooth Criminal for like whatever 12 tracks, 13 tracks.
Yeah, no,
you're
it's,
like, wait a second.
Completely different styles and songs and stuff like that. So yeah,
so that could be. I mean, so then you become a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, but I mean that's the one thing is you can get your voice out there or your style and you can pick it up and kind of have an understanding of it. What is it? Limp Bizkit. Did a cover of Wham, I believe it was. Or was it just George Michael? I think it was Wham.
I think Faith is a George Michael tune.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think that's the one song that got them on the market in a sense that they got them big. They did a metal-ish version of Faith.
The rap rock version.
Yeah, and if you hear George Michael, it's I guess it'd be nice if I could touch your body. It's like okay, and Fred Durst kept it like that at the very beginning. He's like, well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body, and not just anybody has a body like you. But then when it gets down to the faith, he doesn't just go, you gotta have faith. He's like, you gotta have faith, whatever. Not that heavy, but whatever. Yeah, he changes it up, so that gives you like, oh, well, yes. It's something different. Gets you that whatever. So I think covers can help you break through as well. So that's a whole different thing. But like the whole topic is covers versus the originals. Yeah. It's hard for me to say which I prefer. I love covers. I prefer the covers for the most part. But I've had originals like that. I would rather listen to the original of it.
Any original person would have to say it really depends on the talent of the artist that's doing it. Like there's no way to get around that. Yeah. Like if you're talented and you put a creative spin on, no matter how you do it, you can do it, play homage to them, make it as close to the original as possible.
Yeah.
People will like it just because you're revitalizing and you bring in the a fresh new voice in another generation. Or if you change it up, you just sort of use it as inspiration to transform into something totally different. If you do it creatively and well enough, people are going to look at it and be like, wow, you really put a new, different spin on it. Now, there are some songs, though, that the original which are so forgotten that everyone that does it pretty much as a cover song, like House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah.
It's an old-timey folk song. It existed before it was ever recorded. Like, the Animals are identified with it, but it existed before the Animals did.
Yeah.
Like, and, it's one of my favorite songs, but it's a song that you don't know what the hell it sounded like originally.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what it was supposed to sound like originally.
Yeah,
you can identify with, like, you said, like, well, the Animals did, like, the first mainstream recording of it that went, like, that went really popular. And people can look at that. But like I said, the song predates them.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But,
it's
I mean,
way
that's
older
the whole
than
thing. Is when it's a song that really kind of before recording, in a sense, it gets to was like they created the sound to it. In a sense, that's why they're known for it. So everyone who does it kind of credits the Animals because they were the first to do that song or whatever. They may not have written it, but they gave it a melodic something. Just like Christian songs or whatever, songs from the Bible. Some people have covered them, not just gospel, but some people have covered them, like Leadbelly. They did some songs that were old biblical songs, and then artists cover that, like Nirvana covering Leadbelly, a couple different ones, but like they hung 'em on a cross type thing, which was just like a random playing. It was played by Leadbelly, and I think Kurt heard it and was like, oh yeah, I want to play that one, so he plays it, just randomly messing around. So I mean, some covers can be set like as the main. Certain band like the Animals get known for that one song, but it wasn't really theirs. Which, yes, they're doing a cover of a song that no one really knows. Mm-hmm. So that's that right there.
But it gives you more creative. Yeah, I think it gives you a little bit more creative freedom that way.
Yeah.
Because you're like, there is no true sound to it.
Yeah,
the sound is as well as you can make.
Also, the thing is, I mean, what I was going to say is, there are so many people out there playing covers of songs, the same version of the songs, that if you find one, like you find a song you prefer the original, I bet you if you look hard enough, you can find someone who did a cover that you're going to like more than the original. And you can say, oh, well, no, every cover I've ever heard sounds worse, blah, blah, blah. You're going to find that one who just did it right. And you'll be like, okay, that's a great song. Because I've heard covers of certain songs where I've heard some covers where I love them, other covers of the same damn song I hate. It was like, dude, no, it's what the hell?
It goes back to the talent of the artist that's doing it, or not even just a talented art. You can be a talented musician, and you can make a shitty song.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's not just that. It's not just the talent of the musician. Because
that's what I mean.
No, it's not just the talent of the musician. It's the fact that there's some musicians who I wouldn't say they're the greatest musician out there. Like I said, Guns N' Roses. I hate them. I don't think they're a good musician. They did a great cover, I think, in my opinion, of that Bob Dylan song. That's the only one I'll ever give him credit for.
It's like it goes the other way. What I said you can be a shitty, like you can be a shitty musician. You can make a good song, a good song. You can be a great musician, and you can have a shit song too. Yeah, maybe that's like I think maybe that might be a topic we can discuss a whole nother topic and get into. In the next episode, like a good song, bad songs done by good artists.
Oh yeah, no, that's
that would be that would be good. Because if your music career goes long enough, you're gonna produce some things that's downright crappy. And if I go through your entire album, there are going to be tracks that are not going to be as good as the other tracks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like just by comparison,
I mean,
that's unavoidable.
That alone, just I mean, you're
going to have everybody.
You're going to have tracks that are better than other tracks. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not
saying that the tracks are bad songs.
But I'm just saying, like I mean that's just a comparison thing. But I'm saying, like, and if your career is prolific enough, you're going to put out songs that it's not just in comparison to your great songs, it's not as good. You're going to create songs that are actually not good.
Yeah, like David Bowie and Mick Jagger doing dancing in the street. Dancing in the street. Oh, New York City. In the street. Yeah, no, that was bad.
People have done
Bad
questionable
song.
things. People have done questionable things.
This is a bad song.
Oh, yeah,
And
but,
David Bowie, I love the guy. I love his
But, yeah.
music, you know, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
come
saying
on.
like that's a whole nother topic of which we could probably stretch out a whole nother almost hour long
Yeah.
episode. So next time we might hit on that. I wonder why. Maybe explore why it is that they might go down that route. Or you just get burned out. Is it just saying that? Save it.
It's not that they go down there. It's just they've been around so long that they have to. I mean, you're gonna have it no matter what.
You're eventually going to create something that people
Yeah.
don't like. Same thing if you're an actor, you're going to have shit at movies. It doesn't matter which
Yeah.
actor. Not every actor. The greatest actors on the planet have at least one movie. Probably more, 5.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
least still one.
Yeah,
You can
but I
point
mean,
to me
yeah,
like,
but
what
that's
the hell do you
that's a whole
think?
different conversation.
You know,
So
Al Pacino wasn't Gigli.
yes, but either way,
But
that's a
then,
whole
yeah,
different
well,
conversation.
That's what I'm
there.
saying. Like we'll get in that topic. We'll explore that possibly next time. For now, we'll sign off. We're really bad at promoting ourselves. So let's say we are on Twitter, we are on SoundCloud, we are on YouTube. We are aiming to get on iTunes. So stay tuned for that. But you can find us at saintsoblasphemy.com. You know, you can check us out there. You can see a whole archive of several of all episodes on that. All right. Anything else you want to add, Briano Hawks, before we sign off?
Not really. I mean, yeah, we're just
We're all over the place.
you want to look at our ugly faces on video. You just go to our website or YouTube or whatever.
And if you want to listen to my shitty voice, you can go to any place.
any
Other venue you like.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And with that jolly send off, we'll bid you all a good night and a good day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good one, guys. Yeah.
It's not.